Overcoming the fear of speaking English is a challenge many people face, whether they are learning the language for the first time or trying to improve their proficiency. Fear of speaking can stem from various sources, including anxiety about making mistakes, worrying about how one is perceived, or simply not feeling confident in one's abilities. To understand how to overcome this fear, let's explore the journey of a young woman named Clara, who was determined to conquer her fear of speaking English. Clara was a university student who had always excelled in reading and writing English. She had high grades in her language courses and could easily understand written texts and academic materials. However, Clara had a significant fear when it came to speaking English. She avoided speaking in English whenever possible, especially in public or during group discussions. Her fear of making mistakes and being judged by others held her back from participating in class and engaging in conversations. Recognizing that this fear was affecting her academic performance and social interactions, Clara decided to take steps to overcome it. The first step Clara took was to acknowledge her fear and understand its roots. She realized that her anxiety was often triggered by the fear of making mistakes and being embarrassed in front of others. Clara knew that facing this fear was essential for her growth, so she made a commitment to work on it gradually. She started by setting small, achievable goals that would help her build confidence and gradually reduce her anxiety. Clara began by practicing speaking English in a safe and supportive environment. She joined a language exchange group where members were encouraged to speak and practice English with one another. The group was welcoming and non-judgmental, which helped Clara feel more comfortable speaking. She started by introducing herself and participating in simple conversations. As she became more familiar with the group and felt more at ease, she began to take on more challenging speaking tasks, such as sharing her opinions and engaging in discussions. Another effective strategy Clara used was to practice speaking English in front of a mirror. She found that practicing alone in front of a mirror allowed her to focus on her pronunciation, body language, and overall delivery. By observing herself and practicing regularly, Clara was able to build her confidence and become more comfortable with speaking. She also recorded herself speaking and listened to the recordings to identify areas for improvement. This self-reflection helped her recognize her progress and areas that needed more practice. Clara also worked on changing her mindset about making mistakes. She understood that making errors was a natural part of the learning process, and that everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. To shift her perspective, Clara reminded herself that mistakes were opportunities for growth and learning. She practiced self-compassion by acknowledging her efforts and celebrating her successes, no matter how small. This positive reinforcement helped Clara reduce her fear of making mistakes and approach speaking with a more relaxed attitude. To further build her confidence, Clara sought feedback from friends and mentors. She asked them to listen to her speaking practice and provide constructive feedback. This feedback was valuable in helping her identify specific areas for improvement and gain reassurance that she was making progress. Clara learned to view feedback as a tool for growth rather than criticism, which contributed to her increased confidence and reduced anxiety. Clara also found that preparing and rehearsing for speaking engagements helped her feel more confident. Before participating in class discussions or giving presentations, she took the time to plan and practice what she wanted to say. Clara created outlines and notes to organize her thoughts and rehearsed her delivery multiple times. This preparation allowed her to feel more organized and in control, which helped alleviate her fear and improve her performance. In addition to these strategies, Clara practiced mindfulness and relaxation techniques to manage her anxiety. She incorporated deep breathing exercises and visualization techniques into her routine to help calm her nerves before speaking. Clara visualized herself speaking confidently and successfully, which helped her reduce anxiety and build a positive mindset. By incorporating these relaxation techniques, she was able to approach speaking situations with a greater sense of calm and confidence. One day, Clara was asked to give a presentation in front of her class. Despite her initial nerves, she applied all the techniques she had practiced. She prepared thoroughly, practiced in front of the mirror, and used relaxation techniques to calm her nerves. When the day of the presentation arrived, Clara felt more confident and composed. As she delivered her presentation, she noticed that her fear was diminishing and that she was able to speak more fluently and clearly. The positive feedback from her classmates and professor was a significant boost to her confidence. Clara's journey to overcome her fear of speaking English demonstrates that it is possible to conquer anxiety and develop confidence through a combination of strategies and consistent practice. By acknowledging her fear, setting achievable goals, practicing in supportive environments, changing her mindset about mistakes, seeking feedback, preparing thoroughly, and using relaxation techniques, Clara was able to overcome her fear and become a more confident speaker. In conclusion, overcoming the fear of speaking English involves addressing the root causes of anxiety and implementing practical strategies to build confidence. Whether through practicing in supportive environments, changing one's mindset, seeking feedback, preparing thoroughly, or using relaxation techniques, it is possible to reduce fear and develop effective speaking skills. Clara's story illustrates that with dedication and perseverance, anyone can overcome their fear of speaking English and achieve greater success in communication.